Hi, my name is Jen. Welcome to Pilates in a Flash. This is your 30-minute intense ab and glute Pilates workout. Today for props, you're going to need a soft pillow, something small, okay? And you're going to need hand weights. So I'm going to use 2 cans from my pantry as hand weights. If you have hand weights at home, you can use those as well. They're going to be 1 pound, 2 pound, or 3 pound hand weights. Always make sure the space around where you're practicing or where you're working out is safe, so it's cleared. And take the video at your own pace. There are going to be some large and difficult moves today. So if you can't do them or you need to modify, absolutely do so, okay? Thank you so much. Let's get started. Okay, we're going to get started down on our back. Taking a nice big deep breath in. Laying down on the mat. Filling up our ribs. Okay, as we breathe in nice and deep. Letting the air out of the mouth. We feel for that neutral spine, so our head is on the mat, our ribs are on the mat, and our pelvis is level on the mat. There's a little space for my low back. I'm going to start to move my arms just from my hips to overhead. Okay, so just the arm bones. Breathing in, arm bones kind of sweep along my body. And they don't actually hit the mat behind me. I keep my shoulders away from my ears. I don't move my spine out of that neutral position to reach my arms overhead. Good, we're gonna go for 3, breathing in. Start to pull the belly button down towards the spine gently. 2, 1 more. Excellent, we're gonna bend our elbows. We're just gonna open our arms and close our arms, tapping our fingertips towards each other. So I'm not opening too far. I don't want to raise my chest off the mat. I'm just feeling for movement in my shoulder blades. Coming towards the spine as the arms open up and then away from the spine as the fingertips tap. We're going to go for 3. Shoulders stay away from the ears. 2. 1 more. Excellent. My arms are going to be straight. I'm just going to lift my arm bones up towards the ceiling and then lower them down towards the mat. So again, just some movement in our scapular shoulder blades. Okay, just trying to relax them and move them. We have moves that need support in our shoulder blades, so we need them to move so that we are able to support them as we move through the class, okay? Sometimes if they're stuck, then they're not supported very well, and we cause tension in our neck or our upper traps, or our face, surprisingly enough, okay? I'm gonna do 2 more, breathe in, 1 more, excellent. Okay, we're gonna grab the weights, okay? Weights are in our hands, shoulders away from the ears, arms are up, legs are gonna come into tabletop, we're gonna pause. We're just gonna dangle our feet down towards the ground and we're gonna lift and lower. So now we're just gonna move through our ankles, but our arms are gonna hold the weights here. So just warming up our arms, keeping a soft bend in the elbows. I want you to breathe in and out. Keep the knees over hips, just moving the feet right now. So lifting the tops of the feet up towards the shins as high as you can lift them, then lower them down. Again, connect to the belly button and low belly and start to pull that area down towards the spine. We're gonna go for 3, for 2, for 1. Excellent. We're gonna point our toes. We're gonna send our toes, both of them towards the floor, and send the arms overhead a little bit, then come back to center. Toes go towards the floor, pelvis doesn't move, ribs stay down. So this is like a modified version of a double toe tap. It's a little bit smaller. My feet are dangled towards the back of my thighs. They're not in that perfect tabletop position, okay? We're gonna go for 3, shoulders away from the ears. 2, little tap, that's all it is. 1, thigh bones move away from me, but my pelvis doesn't move. I'm gonna go heels now. So my heels tap, and then I come back to center. Breathe in, fill out the ribs between the shoulder blades. Pull the belly button down. Keep going for 3, tap, 2, tap, 1. Excellent. Little break right here. So my feet are going to come down. Okay, I'm going to keep the weights in my hands. I'm going to bring my right leg into tabletop, my left leg into tabletop. I'm going to bring my right leg down towards the mat as I now extend both arms overhead, then switch. So the tabletop position is a little bit further for that toe to reach, right? It's going to be a little more challenging for you. We're only going to do 4 more. Reaching overhead, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're gonna go extensions. As we extend, we reach overhead. As we bring our leg back in, I'm now gonna bring my arms all the way down towards the floor. Doing that full sweep overhead, extending the opposite leg, arms come down towards the floor. Okay, pelvis is nice and still. There's no rocking in my pelvis. I'm anchored through my tailbone and those low ribs stay down on the mat. Good, we're gonna do 2 more, okay? Weights come down towards our hips, then send them up towards our ears, overhead. 1 more, slow the arms down, okay? Overhead, excellent, back to center. Weights go down, we find our feet. I'm just gonna move my pelvis a little bit here. So I'm just gonna do a little pelvic tilt, breathing in and out. Should be very gentle, okay? We're not gonna feel any compression in our low back. We're just moving our pelvis on the tops of our thigh bones, right? Very gentle. I want you to think about moving your pelvis from your pubic bone or from your tailbone. Excellent. We're gonna go for 3. Just a tiny little rock. 2, 1. My thigh bones are lined up with my hips and basically lined up with my lungs. So my feet and my thigh bones are actually fairly close together. I'm going to find my feet and I'm going to push into my feet to lift my pelvis straight up towards the ceiling. And then I'm going to lower on down. So I'm feeling for back of thighs, my hamstrings. Squeezing my glutes together as I lift my pelvis up like a plate, okay? And then lower on down. It doesn't have to go all the way towards the ceiling. It can stay nice and low because I'm going for feeling here. So I'm trying to activate my hamstrings and glutes, which we need big time for a couple of the workout or the exercises at the end of the workout, okay? Lift and lower. So feeling for the bum cheeks coming together, feeling for those hamstrings engaging to lift that pelvis up. Now pull the low belly down and the belly button towards the spine as you lift that pelvis up to help stabilize it in that neutral position. You're gonna go for 3, for 2, for 1, hold it up, halfway down and up, halfway down and up. So a little pulse to maybe feel more through our glutes. Notice that the pelvis isn't necessarily tipped too much. Okay, continue to engage your core and push into your feet. Shove your knees towards the wall in front of you. Breathe in and out, halfway down and up for 8, for 7, for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up. And as you lower down, now you're going to articulate the spine down and then back up. So lift the pelvis up, articulate to lower down. So you're lowering down from the top of the back, the mid back, the low back, lift the pelvis up, lower on down, okay? 1 more, pelvis comes up, lower down by articulating our spine to lower down. Now lift the pelvis up, push into the left foot, right shoulder, lift the right leg up. You're gonna straighten the knee and then bend the knee. Straighten the knee and bend the knee. Straighten, bend, keep pushing into that left foot, right shoulder for 3, for 2, for 1. We're going to switch. Right foot pushes into the ground, left shoulder is heavy, pelvis stays level. Keep squeezing the bum cheeks together. Bend the knee, straighten the knee. Okay, so straighten, bend, heavy in the right foot, heavy in the left shoulder for 3, for 2, for 1. Excellent. Lower it on down. Perfect. You're going to take that pillow, you're going to put it between your knees, or your inner thighs, really, upper inner thighs. Hands come back behind the head. You're going to come up onto those pointed toes, okay? So really high up on the tippy toes, you're going to do a nice little ab curl, and you're going to lift that toes up into tabletop, and then tap the toes down and uncurl. Ab curl, okay? Lift up into tabletop, tap the toes down, uncurl. Shoulders away from the ears. Tap the toes down, uncurl. Good. We're going to go for 5. Keeping a little curve in the low back, off the mat. Pelvis doesn't move. Anchor through the bottom ribs. You got 3 more. Eyes stay low so that you're curling through the top of the spine and the mid spine, okay? So tuck the chin in and curl to come up and uncurl to go down. Good. 1 more. Lower the feet down, then lower the ab curl. Now we're going to ab curl. Keep the legs up. We're going to do a little oblique twist. So we're going to come across towards the left leg and across towards the right leg. And it's just strictly our rib cage doing a small little twist. Our hips don't bounce around and our thigh bones don't move. Our thigh bones are going to squeeze that pillow ever so slightly, anchoring down through the tailbone, pulling down through the belly button for 8, 7, 6, 5, shoulders away from the ears, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Uncurl, keep the legs there, curl back up. We're going to do double extensions, both extend away, then back in for 4. Okay? They can be small and they can be up towards the ceiling. Okay? 2 more. Squeeze the pillow, extend. 1 more. Extend. Keep that ab curl. Excellent. Uncurl. Come on down. You're going to take this pillow and you're going to use it as a little bit of a guide, if you can. Okay? Your pillow might not be big enough, but we'll see what's going on here. Okay? So I'm going to come down onto my forearm. I'm just going to reach my arm overhead, moving my rib cage. So just doing a nice little side bend, lifting my rib cage up towards the ceiling, letting it follow my hand. That comes overhead like a rainbow. My shoulders are away from my ears, okay? From here, we're going to work side bum in this side bridge position. So we're going to stay up on the forearm. I might double up my mat just a little, just to get my forearm and my elbow a little more comfortable. Now my shoulder needs to be away from my ears and my elbow needs to be underneath my shoulder. The pillow, okay? You can use the pillow as a guide. You don't sink into the pillow, you keep lifted up off the pillow. So the pillow is just there to remind you to lift your ribs so that both waistlines are nice and long. We're going to start by lifting that, lowering that top leg, okay? Bottom leg is bent, shoulders away from the ears. If the pillow doesn't work for you, get rid of it. I kind of don't want it. So I don't need it right now, okay? I'm going to try and feel for my waistlines and keeping my my hips stacked on top of each other. I already feel my glute working to lift my thigh bone away from the middle, okay? But I do feel like my chest is coming forward a bit, so I need to breathe in and out and try to fill out the back of my ribs so that my breastbone isn't pushed forward. Good. So you think about your spine in that neutral position. You try to fill out the back of the spine, filling out the rib cage, keeping a little curve in the low back, okay? And we're going to go for 5. We're going to go for 4. Toes and knees face forward. Make sure they don't go up towards the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. You're going to lift that leg up and you're going to float it forward in a little kick. And then you're going to pull that leg back with your hamstring and your glute max. Good. Forward with a little kick and then back. We're going to add the arm. The arm comes up. When the leg goes forward, the arm goes back. When the leg goes back, the arm goes forward, challenging your obliques and your core to stay nice and quiet as you move these 2 limbs. Don't sink into that shoulder as I was doing. Try to keep the ribs lifted. 1 more. Arm goes back, leg goes forward, leg goes back, arm goes forward. Good. Okay, let it go. We're going to come around. We're going to do the opposite side. I'm not going to use the pillow, but if you want to prop that pillow up underneath your ribs, you can. I'm just going to move the weight out of the way. Folding up the mat so that my elbow isn't kind of directly on that hardwood floor. Shoulders away from the ears. Nice long top leg. Lift and lower that top leg, okay? We keep the ribs lifted, the shoulders away from the ears, and try to make sure that that top waist isn't crunched. Good. As we lift and lower, we feel for side bum working. If you don't quite feel that side bum, send that leg back just a little bit and see if that helps. Your knee and your toe need to be facing forward, not pointing up towards the ceiling. So sometimes it does a little rotation. Don't rotate that thigh bone. Good. Low belly pulls in, oblique stays lifted, hips stay stacked. Good. From here, we're going to lift and lower for 4. For 3, for 2, then we're going to kick, lift it up, kick forward, kick back, hamstring glute, kick the leg forward, kick the leg back. Upper body's got to stay so quiet. Arm comes into play, so arm goes back as leg goes forward, and then arm goes forward as leg goes back. Good. We're going to go for 4. Up out of that shoulder. If you find that you're sinking, the shoulders stay away from the ears. Oops, I forgot about my arm there. 3, okay, kick back. Keep lifting, keep pulling the belly button in so your abdominals are engaged to hold you up here. Okay, 2, and then we're gonna do 1 more. Leg goes forward, arm goes back. Good, okay. Lower on down, excellent. I'm gonna come down onto my hands and knees. Okay, I'm gonna round, I'm gonna use cat-cow to start here. So I'm just gonna drop my head down, tuck my tailbone under, feeling a nice stretch between my shoulder blades. And then eyes come up, tailbone shoots back behind you. Head, crown of head shoots forward, and you're just gonna gently bring your breastbone forward as well. We do it again, round, tuck the tailbone under. Eyes come up. Good. I'm going to come down onto my stomach here. Okay, working shoulders, back of shoulder, which we're going to need in a couple of minutes for a bigger move. Head comes down onto the mat, shoulders away from the ears, okay? From here, you're just going to grab your weight. You're going to slide your arms up along your body and then lower on down. Your arms are super duper duper straight, so straighten them out, squeeze your triceps, slide your arms up and down. Shoulders stay away from the ears. Feeling for armpits engaging, back of the shoulder, whoo, right into the back, really. So you can definitely feel it down through your lats. So the main big muscle in one of the big muscles in your back, okay? Shoulders stay away from the ears so that your neck is not involved. Breathing in, staying anchored through your pubic bone. We're gonna go for 8, lift and lower, okay? Really straighten the arms so the triceps have gotta work. You got 6 here. Good. Shoulders down, then lift. Okay, shoulders down, then lift. So slow it down if you need to. You're going to go for 2, and then you're going to pulse on 1. Lift and lower halfway. Arms are straight. Slide along the hips. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Excellent. Okay. Get rid of those weights. Tiny little back extension. So eyes lift up, heavy through the pubic bone. Squeeze your bum cheeks together to pull your tailbone down towards your heels so that your low back is not compressed. As you lift, you think a nice long spine. And then you lower on down. Eyes stay low, so they stay on the mat. We don't look up towards the ceiling as we lift our head up. Our nose, our breastbone. We keep a nice long spine. Good, 1 more. Feel for that long spine, working to lift the head, the neck, the breastbone, with no compression in the low back. Good, excellent. We're gonna pop up onto our knees. Okie dokie, we're gonna do push-up just from our knees, and I'm actually gonna use one of my cans as a kind of a target, okay? So push up from our knees. I'm going to come into that quadruped position, okay? Before we get going, I want you to think about your rib cage here. So we're going to take a little bit of time to get some awareness into our ribs. So you're going to breathe in, and you're going to pull your breastbone away from the floor without moving your tailbone or your low back, right? So it's just this movement in our breastbone. Then we're going to let our breastbone come down towards the can, and then we're going to lift the breastbone away from that can. So we're moving the breastbone and the rib cage, feeling for our shoulder blades. Really feel for shoulder blades moving away from the spine, wrapping around our rib cage. Okay, low belly in. You're going to go for 3, lift and lower. Shoulder blades wrap around. That's how they're happy and they stay safe as we do this push-up, okay? So now you're going to slide your knees back in space. Your toes are down on the ground, so the foot is on the mat behind you. Okay, from here, you're going to keep that breastbone lifted. You're not going to tuck your tailbone. You're going to pull your low belly in. Okay, you're going to lower down through the elbows, feeling the shoulder blades slide together. And then if you want to go any lower, you have to go more from the elbows and triceps and push back up. So we're not pinching our shoulder blades on our back. We're not squeezing our shoulder blades on our back. Our shoulder blades are coming towards our spine, and then we lower down through our elbows, triceps, okay, and push away from the floor, which is going to cause this tipping forward motion, which is what I want, okay? So here we go again. Breastbone up, shoulder blades wrapped, okay, low belly up, little curve in the low back, squeeze the bum cheeks together. You're gonna lower down, so slide the shoulder blades towards the spine. Mine are there. Now if I wanna go further, which I can, I'm gonna go further from my elbows, but keep my breastbone lifted and come back up. Remarkably, it's so much harder than the old push-up I've been doing for the last 20 years. Okay, so we're gonna do 3 more. Lift the breastbone up, untuck the tailbone, pull the belly button up, slide the shoulder blades, so don't feel like you're sliding down that rib cage. Rib cage stays up as your shoulder blades slide towards the spine, bend the elbows. Rib cage is still lifted as you lower and then come back up. 2 more, lower down. 1 more, lower down. Excellent. Tiny little break. Come back into child's pose. I'm gonna bring my arms down by my toes. So fingers down to my toes, shoulders away from the ears. Another nice deep breath in. Good. We're going to swing our legs. Actually, I'm going to stay right here so I can grab my pillow. We're going to come on our sits bones, putting the pillow between our upper inner thighs, flexing the feet. I'm going to articulate my spine, so I'm going to go back in a half curl, but I'm going to think about tucking my tailbone under and going back nice and slow as I lower myself down vertebrae by vertebrae. But I'm only going half the distance, stopping right here, feeling my abdominals engage. Okay, and I'm like a C from my pubic bone to like my nose and my forehead. So I'm scooping and pulling in everything. From here, I'm gonna come back up, breathe in, shoulders away from the ears, down you go. Good, and then come back up. We're gonna do it 2 more times. Tuck under, curl back, find some articulation in your spine as you go halfway back, squeeze the pillow, pause. From here, you're gonna do a little twist to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. So your hips don't move, your thighs don't move. Your thigh bones are squeezing that pillow, your feet are flexed. You continually pull in the belly button towards the spine, moving just the rib cage, feeling for side line of the body for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up. We're gonna go flat back now. So flat back means we're not gonna articulate. I'm gonna sit up nice and tall on my sits bones, okay? Nice tall spine through the crown of my head. Breathe in, fill out the rib cage here. And I'm just gonna lean straight back and then come back up. Squeeze the pillow, inner thighs on, feet flex, belly button in. Lean back, pause, then come straight back up. I need to tuck my tailbone under just a smidge. So I'm gonna tuck my tailbone under just a smidge, then lean back, there we go, and I feel more abdominals then, just a little tiny, tiny tuck to lean back and then come straight back up. 1 more, pull it back, okay? We go straight back, we do that twist again, okay? Do the nice little twist through our rib cage. Pull that belly button in and wide, so try to feel a corset muscle working to move your ribs and hold you back here, okay? The belly button comes in to support the little curve in the low back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up you come. Excellent. Okay, from here we're going to get rid of that pillow. We're going to come down onto our forearms. Okay, shoulders away from the ears. Breathing in. So we're in a neutral spine, or as neutral as we can get. Now the pelvis, okay, we're going to anchor the tailbone and make sure we have a little curve in the low back. We're not tucking under in that curl position. Where you just want to watch that you're not doing a really proud chest and you're not squeezing your shoulder blades together on your back, okay? So breathing in, trying to keep a back that's filled out, which means that the upper back and the rib cage are supporting my shoulder blades right now. They're not squeezing together, okay? So shoulders away from the ears, breathe in, anchor the tailbone, lift both legs up into tabletop, and I'm gonna extend the right leg out and the left leg out, the right leg in, the left leg in. Out, out, in, for 2, okay, good, for 1, good, and now we're going to go both going out and then back in, both going out and then back in. Belly button pulls in, keep the anchor in the tailbone, right pelvis doesn't move, it's just the thigh bones. We're going to do 1 more, and out and in. Okay, feet come down. I'm actually going to come off my elbows, come all the way down. Good. Okay, I'm going to take my arms, I'm going to bring them up overhead, do a nice little circle. Legs are gonna be out in front. So I'm gonna stretch my legs out and I'm gonna curl up to come up. If you need help, you grab the back of thighs. So my hands are up towards the ceiling. I'm gonna numb my chin and I'm gonna slowly curl to come up, trying to come up vertebrae by vertebrae the whole way up. Shoulders away from the ears, and now I curl to come down. Slowly, slowly articulating our spine, landing each piece of spine down, okay? One more time, I'm gonna come up, nod my chin, curl to come up. Excellent, tuck the tailbone, come on down. Perfect, great, okay, from here, I'm gonna take my legs back into tabletop, hands behind the head, okay, little ab curl, and I'm gonna extend the right leg in front, keep the left leg bent, and do a small little twist, okay, back to center. Holding the ab curl, extend the left leg, do a little twist, back to center, good. So holding onto the ab curl, feeling a little space between the mat and my low back, good. We're gonna go for 5, then we're gonna pick up the pace. 4, ab curl on, eyes stay low, push the breastbone back behind you. 3, 2, 1, pick up the pace for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, lower on down. Excellent. Okay, coming into ab curl one more time. Legs come up, okay? We're gonna extend our legs, okay, straight. We're gonna drop the right leg down, pick the right leg back up. Drop the left leg down, pick the left leg back up. Keeping that ab curl, keeping anchored in our tailbone, okay? Continually pulling our belly button down towards the spine, low belly down. Good. Now I'm going to lower my right leg and I'm going to turn and do a small little oblique twist, back to center. Lower my left leg, I'm going to turn and do a small oblique twist, back to center. Lower my right leg down, okay? Twist, back to center. Lower my left leg down. Nice, strong, long legs. We're going to go for 2 more. We're going to go for 1 more. Excellent. Curl down. Good. Take your legs nice and wide. Windshield wiper the legs, the thigh bones, but make sure we don't move the pelvis too much. Excellent. Okay. We're going to curl to come up. So nod the chin, curl to come up nice and slow, articulating your spine all the way up. Last big move. Our hands are going to be down by our hips. Okay. Our feet are going to be on the ground, and our legs are going to be super duper strong. So we're going to start with just the beginning phase. So shoulders, and if all you can do is the beginning phase, that's fine. This is super hard. So shoulders away from the ears. This is advanced. Breathe into that rib cage. I'm going to walk my feet out in front of me just a little bit more, and I'm going to push into my feet and my hands to lift my bum up an inch, and then lower it on down. Okay? Shoulders away from the ears. Don't push your chest forward. Make sure that you're filled out through the back. Okay, breathe in, squeeze the armpits together, push into hands and feet, lift the bum cheeks 1 inch, and lower on down. If you have a ton of tension through your neck and through your upper traps, try to do it maybe with our legs a little bit closer towards the body, and really try to focus on keeping your shoulders down before you lift your bum up. Okay? I don't want to overdo your shoulders, or excuse me, or your neck or your upper traps. Okay, from here we go. So we have a nice big deep breath in to fill out the rib cage, especially between the shoulder blades on the back. I'm going to squeeze my armpits together. I'm going to push into my hands and my feet. I'm going to lift my pelvis up, 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 up. Pause. I'm going to walk 1 foot forward. My pillow, of course, is there. Other foot forward. Straighten the legs. Pause. For 3, for 2, for 1. Okay. Bend the knees. Bum comes back down. Okay, we're going to try that again. Shoulders away from the ears. Breathe in, fill out the back of the ribs, squeeze the armpits. Push into my hands and my feet to lift my pelvis up towards the ceiling.
Straighten my legs. Push into feet a little bit more. Pause for 3, for 2, for 1. We're gonna do one more time, okay? Nice big deep breath in. Breathe in. You can always do the modified, lifting 1 inch, okay? Shoulders away from the ears, arm bones towards the body. I'm gonna move my feet back so I can push into my feet at the beginning. So I'm gonna move my feet back, then walk them forward. So I'm gonna push into my feet, push into my hands. Step my the right leg forward, left leg forward. Now straighten my knees and lift up for 3, for 2, for 1. Lower on down, curl back down. Take the knees in towards your body. You can rock the pelvis from left and right with the thigh bones. Good job. I need to loosen off my shoulders and my shoulder blades, okay? So my arms are just gonna open gently and close like we did at the beginning. Breathing in, keeping the shoulders away from the ears and feeling for movement in your shoulder blades. There we go. Okay. From here, I'm going to clap my hands together, just rock my ribs over to the right, rock my ribs over to the left. Breathe in, fill out your ribs, feel all the ribs on the mat as you move the rib cage left and right. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to come onto my left side, slowly come on up and say thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the workout. I'll see you again next week.